Good evening to all. I welcome you all for the second session of induction program where you can quench your knowledge and apply in future. I'm thankful to Professor Dr. Pitambar Human for having invited me to deliver this lecture on basics and scope of life sciences subjects. I'm privileged and feel happy and proud to join hands with Sir in this Botany for You, a journey of online platform for life sciences students to prepare sincerely and come out successfully. My best wishes goes to the CSIR JRFNet aspirants for their future endeavors. Hope this session will be a mind-blowing one, knocking the biological clock. Let's move on to the basics and scope of life sciences subjects. A biochemist is one who has been formally trained in the knowledge and practice of biochemistry. So what is biochemistry? Biochemistry is nothing but the study of the chemistry of biological processes that occurs within the organism. Moving to the branches of biochemistry, we have the structural biochemistry. Under that, we have bioorganic chemistry, enzymology, metabolic biochemistry, xenobiotics. We also have immunology, endocrinology, neurochemistry, chemotaxonomy, chemical ecology, virology, molecular genetics and genetic engineering, molecular biology, and cell biology. These are the diverse fields of biochemistry: food or nutrition biochemistry, physical biochemistry, plant biochemistry, clinical biochemistry, genetic engineering and biotechnology, industrial biochemistry, molecular genetics, drug metabolism and discovery, and immunochemistry. So what is biochemistry? What does it deal with? So biochemistry deals with basically the nutrition that is good for health, nutrients, the substances in food that our body needs to function properly, are called as the nutrients. So nutrients, they are helpful to keep our body healthy. These are the nutrient sources. We can use them for energy production, and most of the nutrients we obtain it from the food we eat. The main six nutrients are water, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So these are the carbohydrate-rich food, these are the protein-rich food, and these are the foods rich in fat. And again, we have here, these are the sources of carbohydrates. Again, grains, rice, potatoes, veggies, and fruits. Beans, lentils, legumes, peas, quinoa, and buckwheat also contain some amount of carbohydrates. Rich sources of proteins will be the whey, lean meat, low-fat dairy, fish, seafood. They also have fatty meat, dairy, eggs, salmon, nuts, seeds. We also have avocado, olives, flax seeds, and butter that are rich in fats. Role of nutrition in maintaining health. So when we eat these nutrients, they are helpful for the following. They play an important role in growth and development. They are resistant to infections. The mortality and morbidity can be decreased, and specific deficiency of an individual can be treated by administering them with proper nutrients. So here carbon dioxide combines with water in the presence of sunlight, and the plants, especially leaves, they synthesize carbohydrates and they convert carbon dioxide to oxygen. So oxygen release protocol is like this. From the sunlight, plants obtain their energy, and they also make use of carbon dioxide, water from the soil. So water, carbon dioxide, and the sunlight, the help of all the three, the plants especially, they prepare their own food material and try to release the oxygen via photosynthesis. So phytochemicals, this forms important compounds isolated from plants, natural bioactive compounds found in different parts of plants: fruit, flower, stem, leaf, root. They provide different physiological action on the human body. Bioactive substances include tannins, alkaloids, carbohydrates, terpenoids, steroids, and flavonoids. They are widely used in the human therapy, veterinary, agriculture, scientific research, countless and other areas. They have inhibitory effect on all types of microorganisms in vitro conditions and the nutraceuticals which can be used. So allergy relief, it will be the nutraceuticals can be obtained from ginkgo biloba, arthritis support, glucosamine, cancer prevention, flaxseed or green tea, cardiac disease, garlic, cholesterol lowering effect will be again from garlic, digestive support, digestive enzymes, diabetic support, garlic, momodica, female hormone support, black conch or false unicorn, immunomodulator, ginseng. The cell structure. So this is the typical cell structure which we have gone through in detail during the first session. So we have this is the structure of the typical animal cell with a cell membrane, with the nucleus, nuclear envelope, nuclear core, with the rough endoplasmic reticulum, with the ribosomes, with the lysosomes, with the mitochondria and the microtubules, along with the Golgi apparatus and the vesicles. Again, this gives the structure of the plasma membrane, which is made up of the carbohydrates and the phospholipids and the proteins. So here you can see the glycoprotein, carbohydrates, glycolipid, cholesterol, globular protein, alpha helix protein, channel proteins, peripheral proteins, and the integral proteins. The principle of cell signaling is the reception, transduction, response. So any signal molecule can go and bind with the receptors. The receptor via many pathways, they have the signal transduction pathway. Via various steps, they synthesize a product which activates the cellular responses. So the three different steps involved in cell signaling will be reception, transduction, response. So healthy eating, especially vegetarian healthy food, with these vegetarian food items or the sources will provide the body the nutrient thing, and based on our lifestyle we have to adopt the nutrients. Biomolecules. So biochemistry. So biochemistry is the branch of science that deals with the chemical processes in biological systems or in organisms. So biochemistry gets energy from carbohydrates such as sugars, starches, and grazing animals, they get the energy from cellulose. And the energy will be stored in lipids, which may be fats and oils from animals, saturated fats from plants, unsaturated fats, and lipids can also be used to form the membranes. It builds cells with proteins, amino acids, and peptide bonds. Nucleic acids, they go into synthesis DNA and RNA. They are made up of nucleotides containing bases and the pentose sugar. So this is the electromagnetic spectrum, by which different parts of the spectrum. Spectrum is nothing but how a light gets dispersed into different rays, whereby those rays can be read at particular nanometer in length. Based on that will be the wavelength. So you have radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and the gamma rays, and the increasing wavelength is given here. Enzymes. Enzymes, they are very much important for a reactant to be converted into product. So the enzyme will have an active site on it, where the substrate can bind to an active site, and it forms the enzyme substrate complex to be converted into products. So the enzymes, they act as a catalyst to enhance the reaction, whereby the reactants are being converted into products. Metabolism, again, it is a two-way process where you have anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is the synthesis of larger molecules, and catabolism is the degradation of larger molecules to smaller molecules. So you would need energy. So amino acids, amino acids can build to form proteins. That will be the larger molecule. Sugars can form a larger sugar molecule, and fatty acids, they can form larger fatty acids by the anabolic processes. And upon degradation, the proteins will be degraded to amino acids, and larger sugar molecule like oligosaccharides or polysaccharides will be catabolized to give you monosaccharides, and you also have fatty acids. They'll be catabolized to give you a simple fatty acid or a saturated fatty acid. Buffer systems in our body fluids. Buffer systems occur both in the intracellular fluid and the extracellular fluid. So intracellular fluid buffer is one which can resist any change in pH upon the addition of an acid or a base. So ICF includes phosphate buffer system and protein buffer systems. Protein buffer systems includes a hemoglobin buffer system for RBC and amino acid buffers for all proteins. ECF, it also includes protein buffer systems including amino acid buffers all proteins, and carbonic acid bicarbonate buffer system or plasma protein buffers. Physiology. You have 6 levels to understand physiology. First level is to understand how the structure and function of molecules within the body affect the physiological processes. Second step, to comprehend, that is to understand the basic physiological processes that support human life. Third step, to comprehend the levels of human organization from molecular to systems to organismal assembly. Fourth level is to analyze, that is understand the relationship between organization of organ systems and specific physiological processes in the body. Fifth step is to synthesize, predict how a physiological system would change from changes made at the molecular level. Last one is to evaluate, understand how physiological systems contribute to homeostasis in the body. Clinical chemistry, the systematic study of biochemical processes associated with health and disease and the measurement of constituents in the body fluids or tissues to facilitate the diagnosis of disease. Molecular biology, uh, DNA. DNA is the genetic material in humans which carries all the nitrogenous bases such as adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. So the DNA will be a double helical structure and carries the phosphate molecules as its backbone. The central dogma in molecular biology will be replication, transcription, and translation. Replication is nothing but the DNA to DNA synthesis. That is, double stranded DNA will change into a single stranded DNA and it will try to produce more copies. And DNA to RNA synthesis can be described as transcription, and RNA to protein synthesis can be described as translation. So this is the central dogma of molecular biology. Cells of the immune system. The immune system or immunology is the study of the immune system that deals with the cells that are involved in providing immunity to humans. So many of the cells, they are derived from the bone marrow, especially they undergo the hematopoietic stem cell differentiation. So first we'll have the pluripotent stem cell, which differentiates into lymphoid stem cell, which gives you the T lymphocytes and the B lymphocytes, and also it forms myeloid stem cell. T lymphocytes are produced from the thymus. You have the natural killer lymphocytes, and B lymphocytes, they are produced from the plasma cell. So you have the myeloid cell. Myeloid cell, they are present within the erythrocytes. In megakaryocytes, they involve themselves in blood clotting. You have the monocytes, they form the macrophages. Monocytes, they circulate as small cells in blood, whereas when they reach the tissues, they get converted into macrophages. You also have the granulocytes. So these are the cells that are involved in innate immunity, and these are cells that are involved in adaptive immunity. Dendritic cells, neutrophil, macrophages, basophils, natural killer cell, and eosinophil involved in innate immunity. Adaptive cell, adaptive immune system, we have the B cells and the T cells. Biotechnology, it deals with the intentional manipulation of genetic material of an organism, which involves the cell culture, monoclonal antibody production, and molecular biology, uh, where it involves the DNA technology, genetic engineering, and the tracers. So what are my options as a biochemistry graduate? So what are you going to do after completing your biochemistry graduate? You can pursue a master's in biochemistry, or you can go for, after completing your master's, you can go for a PhD in research. in biochemistry. So these are the public sector fields where you can build up your career in biochemistry, public health entities, cancer research institutes, environmental pollution control, blood bank services, industrial laboratory, blood bank, public health entities, blood bank services, drug manufacturing companies, educational institutes, agriculture and fisheries, research departments, industrial laboratories, cancer research institutes, environmental pollution control, forensic science, hospitals, public health laboratories, cosmetic industries, food and drink industries, food and drink industries, ensuring the safety of our food. Many food industries also they they require biochemists, forensic crime research institutions, companies that deal on sales and marketing of scientific products. As a representative selling the latest technology and scientific products to the right people, laboratory units in hospitals and clinics analyze the patient samples and advise them to get treated. Research department of cosmetic companies, research department of agricultural organizations, as a representative in pharmaceutical companies, as a research fellow in research institutes, uh, in publishing uh, articles and books, as a technologist in research laboratory, university laboratory. You can teach teaching. You can teach science subjects in colleges or secondary schools, chemistry, biology, and basic science. It offers you time for self-development. Teach and research biochemistry in universities or other tertiary institutions. Quality control and regulatory organizations, oil and gas companies, great biochemists. Sir Hans Adolf Krebs for the discovery of the citric acid cycle. He won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in the year 1953. In the year 1962, James Watson and Francis Crick for the discovery of DNA double helix won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Frederick Sanger won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1956 for the determination of insulin sequence. In 1980, Sanger and Gilbert won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for sequencing of DNA. In 1993, Gary Mullis won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for invention of PCR method. Since 2006 till date, Igodaro OM has received a number of awards for making biochemistry exciting and interesting to students. So, what do you want to do with biochemistry? What is your aspiration, or what do you aspire, or how do you want to build your career? So, top companies hiring biochemistry graduates and postgraduates. Novozymes, Thermo Fisher Scientific, Merck, PI Industries, Anthem Biosciences, Sami Labs, Panacea Biotech, Lambda Therapeutic, Dr. Reddy's, Sanofi, Syngene, Siemens, Paraxel, Sun Pharma. ACTREC institutes under CSIR. These are the top institutes hiring biochemistry graduates and postgraduates. Institutes under CSIR, institutes under ICMR, institutes under ICAR, Government Public Service Commission, Indian Institute of Sciences, JIPMER, Central Research Institute of UNANI, Ministry of Ayush, ICGB, IITs, NITs, National Policy Academy R&D, NIAB. Medical Coding and Medical Transcription, iSkill Solution, eCare India Private Limited, Zert Solutions, Medical Coding Jobs, NIMC Medical Coding, Visionary RCM, Achiever Spot Medical Coding Training, Yogam BPO, ACE Medical Coding Technologies, Lapis Digital Services, Medicine Solutions, Code to Code Medical Training, Zimit Code Medical Training Center, Omega Healthcare, Zerts Business Solutions, Access Healthcare, Visionary RCM, AGS Health. Institutes involved in clinical research, as a Clinical Research Private Limited, Oroville Healthcare R&D Private Limited, Quest Life Sciences Private Limited, Acidus Laboratories, Icon Clinical Research India Private Limited, Microtherapeutic Research Labs Private Limited, TTK Hospital, Ranganathan Clinical Research Foundation, Vimta Labs Limited, Chennai, CliniRx Tangent Research India Private Limited, BS Clinical Research Hospitals Private Limited. Pharmaceutical companies and CROs in India, Clean Found, Sun Pharmaceutical Industries, Zero, Reliance, Kendall, Cleanses, Quintiles, Pfizer, Apothecaris, Quanova, Clingen, BPD, Johnson & Johnson, Lilly, Omnicare, Ranbaxy, Icon, Lotus, Intas, Clinivent, Sanofi, Aventis, Dr. Reddy's, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, Asian Clinical Trials, Novo Nordisk, AstraZeneca, Max Neiman, International, Icon, CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So there are various branches of this thing. CSIR, Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow, in Lucknow, National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. It was established on Jan 1st, 1966, understanding special oceanographic characters of the Indian Ocean. Major research areas are chemical, geological, geophysical, and Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad, founded in 1983. Aim is to develop and screen well-defined materials suitable for third generation solar cells. Develops and screens well-defined metals suitable for the third generation solar cells. National Aerospace Laboratories, Bangalore. Major R&D discipline, established in 1960. It is involved in civil aircraft design and development, meteorological modeling, flight mechanics and control, aerospace electronics and systems, parallel processing computers. Central Institute of Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, Lucknow, established in 1959. Major research areas: medicinal and aromatic plants, conservation of bioprospecting genes, molecules and products, sexual medicine and aromatic plants, chemistry technology for phytomolecules and plant products. Indian Institute of Chemical Biology, Kolkata, founded in 1935. Major research areas: cancer biology and inflammatory disorders, cell biology and physiology, organic and medicinal chemistry, infectious diseases and immunology, molecular genetics, structural biology and bioinformatics. Central for Technological Research Institute, Mysore, opened on 21st October 1950. Major research areas: engaged in research in the production and handling of grains, pulses, oilseeds, spices, fruits, vegetables, meat, fish and poultry. Institute of Microbial Technology, Chandigarh, established in 1984, engaged in research in many areas of modern biological science and microbial biotechnology. Center for Cell and Molecular Biology, CCMB, Hyderabad, established in 1977, Center of Excellence for Global Molecular and Cell Biology Network. National Chemical Laboratory, Pune, established in 1950, research scope and specializes in polymer science, organic chemistry, catalysis, material chemistry, chemical engineering, biochemical science and process development. Apart from these major CSIR labs, we also have more CSIR labs like Central Salt Mine and Chemical Research Institute, Bhavnagar, CSIR 4th Paradigm Institute, Bangalore, Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, Delhi, Institute of Himalayan Bioresource Technology, Palampur, Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine, Jammu, Indian Institute of Petroleum, Dehradun, Indian Institute of Toxicology Research, Lucknow, Institute of Minerals and Materials Technology, Bhubaneswar, National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow, National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, Nagpur, Northeast Institute of Science and Technology, Jorat, National Geographical Research Institute, Hyderabad, National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Trivandrum, National Institute of Science, Communication, Information Sciences, New Delhi, National Institute of Science, Technology and Development Studies, New Delhi, National Metallurgical Laboratory, Jamshedpur, National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi, Structural Engineering Research Center, Chennai, CSR Unit, Open Source Drug Discovery, New Delhi, CSR Unit, Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, New Delhi, CSR Unit, Translational Research and Innovative Science through Ayurveda, Trisutra, New Delhi, Human Resource Development Center, HRDC, Ghaziabad, Unit for Research and Development of Information Products, Uldip, Pune. Furthermore, to deal with, we should know about the job and research opportunities of biochemistry abroad. Postdoctoral fellow, Fox Chase Cancer Center, postdoctoral position. After completing your research, you can proceed with further research by doing your postdoctorate. So postdoctoral position in structural biology and protein biochemistry, University of Colorado Answers Medical Campus, postdoctoral fellow, Tufts University, biopharmaceutical technology lab scientist in GSK, postdoctoral scientist in molecular biology or genetics, Texas Biomedical Research Institute, scientist, protein biochemistry and viral vaccine, Pfizer, postdoctoral researcher, University of the Pacific, biopharmaceutical associate 2 in GlaxoSmithKline, led biopharmaceutical associate in GSK, biopharmaceutical manufacturing associate senior in GSK, senior biopharmaceutical associate in GSK, Senior Research Assistant in Columbia University, the City of New York. Assistant Professor in Research, LSU Health, New Orleans. Postdoctoral Research Fellow, Pancreatic Cancer Research in Fred Hitch, as a postdoctoral fellow in St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, postdoctoral fellow in Chicago, postdoctoral associate in Center for Drug Design, University of Minnesota, postdoctoral scholar, research associate in University of Southern California, postdoctoral position in neurodegenerative disease research, postdoctoral researcher in University of Houston, medical educator in Augusta University Medical Partnership, University of Georgia, drug discovery opportunity at DE Shaw Research, tenure track position at the level of assistant or associate professor, LSU Health Chevron, postdoctoral fellow cardiovascular research, HMRI Huntington Medical Research Institute, as research scientist in Christiana Care, associate scientist in medicinal chemistry Gilead, research scientist or associate in University of Oregon, postdoctoral positions in protein biophysics and structural biology in School of Medicine, Case Western Reserve University. So, my dear friends, not only in abroad, even in India, we have so many labs where we can do our research. So, as life science students, we have many opportunities. Only thing, we have to seek for the good or the better research labs based on your area of interest, and you can do more research, and still more there are more job opportunities. Only thing, we people, we don't hunt for the thing. Instead, we sit in a place and we try to get things done. So that's not the way we should do. We have to hunt and we have to search till we get a better job, and we have to work for the satisfaction of our inner spirit. So therefore, we have to go with the better opportunities to build up our career. Thank you.